Because one of the things that I know is that the mindset that you have right now cannot be the mindset that you have to close these deals. I'll say it again. The mindset that you have right now is not the mindset you're going to be able to win with if you want to close these deals. There's going to have to be some radical shifts in the way that you do things. A radical change in thinking. Because it's not if you ever have a money problem, it's not a money problem. It's not a closing problem. It's a thinking problem. It always comes down to thinking. If you show me somebody who can shift their thinking to a winning mindset, I'll show you someone who's going to have winning activities that's going to produce winning results. Show me a single player in any type of sport. Show me any player in any sport that's won an NFL championship, NBA championship, MLB championship, World Series, that didn't spend hours upon hours upon hours practicing their craft. Showing up to practice again and again and again and again. Show me one person that won a championship without putting in work. I don't care. Pick the athlete. Pick the athlete. It doesn't matter. Stephen Curry, he's young, championship, world champion. How many hours of time did he put in? How many years of time did he put in before he won his first NBA championship? Was it a few months? Was it a few years? It was decades since he was this tall. Yet we come onto the court here and we just want to be able to win right away. This is a playing field. Right now, some of you guys have been sitting on the bench. But what we're saying this meeting is we're going to put a jersey on you and we're going to go out there and we're going to let you play and we're going to see what you're made of. Because a lot of people like to talk. Oh, I'm going to sell 10 brands. I'm going to sell 11 brands. I'm going to sell 2 brands. Everyone likes to talk. Let's see what you guys are made of. All right, let's see what you're really capable of. Because we're going to put the jersey on you, and I'll tell you what, we're going to give you a shot. We're going to give you a shot to play here. So are you going to be putting in the work? Are you going to be taking the hits? When you get hit, are you going to stay down? Are you going to be the kind of person that lets someone stand over you after they knock you out and quit when things get hard? Or are you going to be the kind of person that rises up after you get hit? After you get a couple no's? After you face a little bit of rejection? After you get a little bit of fatigue because you had a long day? You didn't have maybe success that day. You're going to be the kind of person that gets back up and does it again and again and again. Because that's how winning is done. You want to talk about champions? Champions are tough people. It doesn't matter if it's in business. It doesn't matter if it's in marriage. It doesn't matter if it's on the court. Champions are tough people. So what does it mean to be tough? It means that nothing is going to get in your way. Not your emotions, not negative people, not your circumstances, not how you feel. Nothing gets in your way. My dad is a sniper specialist. That's what he does. He just retired from that. He was in the SWAT team. I said, you get nervous? He says, I don't get nervous. Could you imagine getting nervous with your finger on the trigger and somebody's life is in your hands because you're holding them hostage? You can't afford to get nervous. If you're shaking with a gun that has a very small margin of error, you can kill somebody. So they have to train themselves not to get nervous, to be calm under pressure situations. So if you're the kind of person right now where you're not naturally there, you're not naturally gifted yet, you may not be the best talker yet, you may not carry yourself professional yet, you may not communicate the best yet. That may be your natural state, but you can train yourself to be great. You could train yourself to communicate like a pro. You could train yourself to show up like a boss. You could train yourself to be great and master your craft. You have the ability to train yourself to be great, right? So the key here is that, like my dad, he said, I don't get nervous. But guess what? He was born to get nervous. Does that make sense? It's human nature to get nervous, am I right? But he trained and conditioned himself to not get nervous. Just like you have the same ability that when the pressure hits, when you got to pay bills, when you got to make something happen, when you look at your bank account and you don't even have 3 numbers to go in your account. There isn't even 3 numbers in your bank account. When you see that, you're trying to balance things. How am I going to make things work? How am I going to pay bills? How am I going to make things work? That pressure, it doesn't faze you, it makes you. See, what you'll realize is that you got to get to a point where fear is at the tailpipe of where you are. Most people take fear on as a headwind. But you got to make fear the tailpipe. Meaning that we got to be able to make fear get behind us because it's part of the process. You got to get to the point where you love fear, where you even get comfortable in it. I love fear because I have gotten through so many challenges in life that I love it. I love fear. I love getting involved in things that scare me. If I don't do things that scare me, it makes me nervous because I've gotten so used to it. So there's this beginning process where you're going to have to get used to getting into a little bit of fear. You're going to have to get used to doing some things that scare you a little bit. You're going to have to get used to that. And you know what you do? You fall in love with it. You love it. You love it again. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love that she just told me no. I love that. I'm going to connect with somebody else. Oh, I love this person. Oh, this person was so nice. I'm going to get them on a three-way. We're going to close the deal here. Oh, I love what I do. I love showing up and opening up my computer and putting in work. I love that while I'm working here, everybody else is sleeping. I love that while I'm getting towards my goals, people are at home binging on Netflix. I love that. I love that I don't have time to go hang out with my friends and go do what they're doing because I'm actually doing something to get to my goals. I love that. I love working on the weekends when everyone says I need to take a break because I've been working too hard. I love that. Because if you want to have what other people don't have, you got to do what other people aren't willing to do. And you have to do it again and again and again and again. Do it again and again and again and again. So if I was in your shoes right now, here's what I'd be doing. I'd be finding a partner to run with. I would say, look, who's serious in this room that's dead serious to get to their goals? Like they're not playing around. And I would link up with them. And I would meet with them as much as possible. I would work with them as much as possible. And when I'm talking about working with them, I'm not asking them questions like bothering them because they need to make their calls. They need to do the work too. What I want to do is I just want to be around them. I want to hear them make calls to inspire me to make my calls. I don't want to meet with somebody who wants to win and distract them and have conversations and act like we're working and thinking about work but not actually working. I want to be side by side working with somebody who's actually working. And I want to do the work while I'm with them. That's what great partnerships are like. I challenge you to find somebody to run with. Someone wants to win, because I'll tell you what, when you find a champion to run with you, there's just so much momentum created when you do that. There's accountability there. You want to see somebody fail? Try and see somebody who isolates themselves. You know why? Because that same voice that talked you out of success in the first place reminds you again and again every day. And then you try and get good enough to the point where you can partner with somebody. It doesn't work like that. You need to partner with somebody right away, somebody who wants to win, and you work with that person. You keep each other accountable. You set goals together. You plan together, right? And that's how you begin to shift, right? That's why friendships and partnerships are so powerful. That's why we as a family need to stick together, because we're going to need each other. We're going to need each other, right? Just like every team out there right now, to win a Super Bowl, they need to play as a team, don't they? Do they show up to practice by themselves? Yeah, only when there's not a team practice, but they still show up to team practice. They practice together. They do plays together. They rehearse together over and over and over again. Even a single sport like golf. You know that golf, they don't actually go out and practice by themselves. You know why? Because they can't see their own swing. They can't see their own swing. So you know what they do? They have a swing coach, and the coach looks at their swing while they practice. So if even a golfer who is a single sport player needs somebody watching him, how much more do you need somebody watching you, encouraging you, believing in you? I'll tell you what, I want to see who's a top producer in here, because I hear a lot of people who say they want to be a top producer. I want to see who is capable of becoming a top producer. I want to see that in your actions. I want to see what you guys are made of. But I'll tell you what, I believe in you guys. I believe that you guys can make it happen. This isn't very difficult. What's difficult is the mindset part. The hardest part about this whole journey is just believing that you can do it. That's what this whole thing is really about. Yeah, it's about branding and we help our clients. But for you, what this thing is really about is this is a shot to go out and prove to yourself, prove to your family, prove that you can do something and complete something and build something big. This is a shot for you to do that. This is deeper. This is a shot for you to create a future, to build a foundation. In fact, we're going to have stories come out of here where I made my first 6 figures in the BCA. For some of you guys, in my early 20s. In my teens for some of you guys. Some of you guys have never made 6 figures and you're in your 40s watching this on video. This will be your first conversation. I made my first 6 figures here in the BCA. stories are going to be told from this room. So I believe in you guys. You guys can do this thing. The hardest part about this whole thing is giving yourself permission to believe. And I'm here to give you that permission today, to believe full out. When was the last time you really planted your flag in something? Said, I'm here to stay. I'm really here to do this. I'm going to do this no matter what. When was the last time in your life you ever gave yourself permission to really believe in something? I want you guys to make that decision tonight. And if you don't have enough belief in yourself, borrow my belief in you. Borrow my belief in you that you could do this. And hold on to our coattails. Hold on to Carlos's coattail. Let us drag you across the finish line if that's what it takes. But you show up here every single Monday. You show up here every single Monday. You show up every single day to hit your goals, to hit those activities to get to your goals. You show up and you do it again and again. And we're going to kick your ass until you do. And if you're not serious, you don't have to show up on a Monday. You don't have to show up and put in work if you're not serious. But if you're serious, do the work. And I promise you, you're going to start to see some results in your life and in your business. And you're going to feel so much better. Nothing's better than when I go to sleep at night, knowing that I gave the day everything I had. It's the best feeling. Most people don't ever get to experience that. They go to sleep with a dream in their heart, and they go to sleep regretting how they spent their day, how much time was wasted, how unproductive it was, how busy it was, and how much more busy work they have tomorrow. That's most people. But this is going to be a different group here. We're going to be a bunch of champions that go to sleep in peace because we give it everything we got. We put it all on the court. We put on our jerseys and we go out there and we win. I want us to all get together. I want us to do BCA on 3. Come on, round it up, round it up, round it up. While you guys are getting together, in about another 5-10 minutes, we do an optional session on leadership. And it's on faith. We talk a lot about Bible-based principles on how to grow in success, spiritual success. We're going to have an optional training session in about 5-10 minutes. If you want to stick around, completely optional. If you have to go home, that's perfectly fine. That's going to be about 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to get back together and talk about spiritual principles of success. And like I said, it is Bible-based. It's a faith element. So, we leave it optional for you guys to attend now, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to do BCA on 3. Are you guys ready? Yeah, let's do this. BCA on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. BCA! Let's go. Have a great night,